Hey, what's going on, family? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in with you. Another amazing day. Hey, real quick, I want to just share my personal testimony on how Myecon, the personal financial success company, has helped change me and my family's life, right? So before Myecon, I was living not even paycheck to paycheck. I was living getting paid Friday to being broke on Monday, right? I had credit cards maxed out. I was in debt up to my neck and was clueless about money. So I was introduced to this opportunity by my personal mentor, Mr. Terrence Hill, the founder of the Financial Blueprint Academy, because we believe in giving people a financial peace of mind, right? And he shared this information with me, and based off the first strategy when it comes to cash flow management, I was able to legally adjust my W-4 form as well as my wife's, and we income shifted an extra $700 back into our household each and every month, right? And we took the new cash flow and put it towards our debt. And up to today's date, we have snowballed over $50,000 in debt at the government's expense, right? And on top of that, we have actually cash flowed just over $100,000 by applying these strategies. So I encourage each and every one of you to reach out to anyone you hear who is talking about personal financial success, representing Myecon, because we're all about changing lives and we want to welcome you to the financial journey. Have a blessed one. Peace.
I'm super excited about Myecon because of the freedom, the flexibility that it allowed for me and my family to have. Before Myecon, I was in the military and we had more month than we had money. After applying the strategies and using the system, we've been able to cash flow up to $700,000. I have retired without having to get a retirement job, and my wife is on the same path to retire within the next 2 years, so we could just live our life on purpose and with our kids. That's why I'm excited about Myecon.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to play with you real quick, like a couple of testimonies so that you can see what we are about with the Myecon process. And before we jump into the W-4, so you can see how to adjust the W-4 the right way. So no matter what you're doing, you can make sure that you can increase your cash flow. So I want to show you a couple of people that have already increased their cash flow over $100,000, like Mr. Nick Woodard, and over $800,000 with our own Terrence Hill. Okay, so with these processes, my name is Michael Holmes, and this is the Real University. What we do, we just help you to find out what's missing in the real you, right? We're doing renewing excellence and advancing leadership. That's what real you means. Okay, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It's not coming over here to get another pill, potion, lotion, wrap, tea. It's nothing like that. Nothing wrong with those things. But what we want to do is give you the education, the knowledge, so that you can have the wisdom to be able to do the things that you want to do and not having to run after anybody else's passion, but you can be your own purpose pursuer. Okay, do your own thing in your own lane, right? So let's jump into how to adjust the W-4 and when to adjust the W-4, and also to make sure that Uncle Sam is not in your pockets any longer. Okay, so let's switch over to here. All right, and as before, I am a proud associate of Myecon, and just simply standing for my economy, right? Because so long everybody was talking about the economy, so I wanted to have an effect on my economy, so that's why I joined. And before Myecon, I didn't understand really the difference between income and cash flow. I really thought they were both the same, okay? And then I acquired almost 60-something houses, almost $4 million, and lost it all, okay? And that's simply because of the economy. Yes, it had crashed, but if I had a better control over my economy, then maybe I would have still had some of the houses that I maintained, okay? Or maybe I would have not lost the $4 million as well in assets, okay? So let me show you how to begin where you are, okay? Our goal is to meet you where you are. So we're going to start with the W-4 calculator training, because if you are aware that they are taking anywhere between, that is the Uncle Sam or IRS, is taking somewhere between 28 to 32%, of your paycheck. If you're a W-2 owner, if you're a W-2 worker rather, okay? And when that happens, what do? You get a little bit back at the end of the year, but it doesn't equal 30% of your income. So if you're getting paid $50,000, then there's essentially $15,000 getting taken. Okay. Now, do you get 15,000 back? Right. So wouldn't you be more efficient, or could you use that better for you and your household right now? So let's look into the W-4 calculator training so that we can jump on that, okay? And so what this does is it helps by giving you protection before having too little taken out of your paycheck, okay? When that happens, people get a large refund. And what happens with a refund, okay? What is that simply? A refund is just simply saying that, hey, it's your refund. Fund is your money. Re is again. So that's just your money again. It's already yours. So let's use it for something that is better, for your own household, okay? And there are several reasons that you want to check your withholding. Checking withholding it helps to protect against having too little taken away. And also with the average refund hitting about $3,000 or so, you may prefer to have less tax withheld from your check up front, okay? So it just depends on, the situation, but majority of everyone can be effective to go in to find out exactly what's going on with their particular check, okay? Now, disclaimer, let me put this out here. Myecon does not guarantee. This is just education, knowledge, so that you can use this format so you can understand what's going on with you, okay? Myecon does not guarantee you will receive an increase in your check by simply adjusting your W-4 form. Most have, but it is not in our business to guarantee any of that, okay? Results will vary based on each individual's unique financial situation, okay? Now, what we want to talk about here is then the example, okay? This is so you can see how this works, and we're going to use the Johnson family, okay? It's a husband, wife, and 3 children. The husband simply earns $40,000, okay? The wife earns $60,000 per year, okay? So you see together they earn $100,000 in household income. Children are 1, 2, and 3. And they pay $6,800 a year in child care, okay? So this gives you an overview of the type of example that we're working with, okay? And you can see yourself somewhere in here, okay? Now, what we want to do is you want to make sure that you get out your previous check stubs, okay? So Robert Johnson and Annie Johnson each get their most recent paycheck stub, and they can answer the questions from the W-4 calculator, okay? And so that's what you want to do. Make sure you have all your things in place, okay? Now, your tax withholding estimator is very simple to find, right? You can be taken here by simply going to the Google W-4 calculator, and as you can see where you should hit, you want to look for the irs.gov section, okay? Tax withholding estimator, Internal Revenue Service, right? Here, you want to also read the recent law changes, okay? So when you get there, you want to make sure that you have a solid understanding of what's actually going on. And as with an income shifting membership, okay, if you have that, if you don't, make sure you reach out. We can definitely help you to understand this a lot better, okay? So you simply open your Google search in your browser, type W-4 calculator in the search bar, click search, and then you'll find this here before you, okay? Now here, you'll be taken to the page. And when you get there, you can look inside and you can get yourself more familiar with how everything is working, okay? So this is where you're going to find your tax withholding estimator, okay? So what better way to find out exactly what you should be holding, or what actually you should be withholding or letting them hold, okay, than actually going to the site itself, right? Now, your tax withholding estimator, there are 6 sections in the tax withholding estimator. Okay, about you is the information that best describes how you should be anticipating filing your tax return. Okay, the Johnson status is married, filing jointly, and also no one else can claim the Johnsons as a dependent on their tax return. Okay. So this is the first section that you'll be looking at here. And, we'll just go through this and you can also, when this ends, you can simply, pause and take your notes and those types of things. Okay. So don't worry about going as if it's too fast or what have you. Okay. Now, the Johnsons will be claiming their 3 children as dependents on their tax return. Both Mr. and Mrs. Johnson will hold a job with the federal income taxes withheld. Both expect to hold one job each, and the Johnsons do not receive pensions. Okay, so you're just simply going by and clicking what pertains to you and how does it pertain to you and your family. Okay, so this is your example. Now, the Johnsons do not have any other sources of income and tax payments, so you will answer that as well. That pertains to you. So they leave all the boxes unchecked. The Johnsons do not fit any of the demographics listed, so they leave all the boxes unchecked as well. Okay, so it's not difficult. Just go through here because we want to make sure that it applies to you and your family. Okay. Now, income and withholding. Now, this is the side. This is for each job that you earn income from this year. Okay, so if you have more than one job that you had, but you want to do, you make sure you list them all here. Okay. Now, Mr. Johnson plans to hold his job the entire year. Okay, that's what the plans are. Okay, Mr. Johnson is paid twice monthly. Mr. Johnson most recent pay period ended 1/1. Okay. So now you can see how it affects you, how it applies to you as well. Remember, if you need to see exactly what's happening, you can click and follow yourself, come back and pause and take any notes that are necessary. Now, also here, you want to see the different boxes and of course, how it pertains to you. But Mr. Johnson earns $40,000 a year, like we were saying, right? Does not expect any bonuses. And year to date, Mr. Johnson has paid $105 in federal taxes. Okay. Now, from his last check, he also has paid $105 in federal taxes because we're in the beginning of the year. Okay. So if this was, let's say, for instance, let's say in June, right? Even though you had the year to date wouldn't be the same as what you've paid so far. Okay. So when you outline that, you can see exactly what you need to do. Okay. So you can see year to date, Mr. Johnson's paid 105, right? And then from last check, Mr. Johnson also paid 105. So those will not always be the same. So make sure you look at what the question is asking. Okay. And he does not contribute to a 401k or any other cafeteria plan. Now, you click on the button next to your spouse's job to open up a series of questions for Mrs. Johnson. Okay, so this is where we find that out. We click on the button next to the spouse's job. Okay, Mrs. Johnson expects to have she's plans to work the whole year. She gets paid twice monthly. Mrs. Johnson most recent pay stub ended 1/1/20. Okay. She also earns right now but she earns $60,000 a year and does not expect any bonuses. Okay. So simply click the things that pertain to you. Now, year to date, Mrs. Johnson is paid $205 in taxes and also $205 in federal taxes. Okay. Does not contribute to 401k or any other cafeteria plan. So we simply click next. Now, section 3, any adjustments to income are the adjustments that will have a significant impact to your tax obligation. Okay, what you would normally owe for taxes. Okay. The Johnson family doesn't know if they have adjustments to income, so they opt to see those necessary adjustments or those possible adjustments. Okay. The Johnsons do not have student loans, educator expenses, or IRAs. Okay. So those adjustments, they go on. It's just they wanted to see what it was. They see that neither one of those applied to them. So they did what? Click next. Okay. Now, the Johnsons do not have health savings, account deduction, moving expenses, alimony paid, penalty for early withdrawal, or business credits. Okay. And as you can see here, it does not have any adjustments to income. So you just simply what? Click next. Okay. So a lot of these things, whether they apply or they don't apply, just simply go through each step so you can see. And it won't take long. We're almost done. Section 4. Okay. The Johnsons qualify for a standard deduction of $24,800. Okay, this is the standard deduction that they qualified for, right? The Johnson family does not have more than $24,800 in itemized deductions. So therefore, they take the standard. Okay, so that just simply means that hey, the standard is giving you $24,800. And if you have not, don't have more than that worth of write-offs, like your mileage, your cell phone bill, a portion of your mortgage or rent, different things like that, your children. So different things will show you how to be able to write off. Okay, but the Johnsons didn't have more than this, so they just simply took the standard deduction and then just click next. Okay, and you see section 5. That's your tax credits, right? So the Johnsons qualify for tax credits for their dependents. Tax credits subtract directly from your tax obligation. Okay, so your tax credits, they subtract directly from the amount that you would owe, or the amount that you owe in taxes. Okay, so you click see tax credits. The Johnsons, they have 3 children under 17. And also 3 children then that qualify for child care tax credits. Okay, so simply apply the right things and click next. Now, the Johnsons pay, as we said in the beginning, $6,800 in child care. Okay, and the Johnsons do not qualify for earned income tax credit. They make too much income. Right? So the Johnsons also do not have foreign tax credit, educational, retirement savings, or homeowner credits. Okay, so you go through those and see if those apply to you. And if you haven't had those apply to you at this point in time, then you probably don't have any reason to think they would now. Okay, so don't get yourself into a humbug. Okay. Now, as you go in through, the Johnsons do not qualify for elderly or disabled, business, alternative minimum tax, energy efficient vehicle credits. Okay, so we just simply click next on that. Right, so now we're going into section 6, and these are our results. Right, so what you're doing here, you're finding out how are you overpaying. Okay, and if overpaying is something that you want to do. Right, so that's what we're going to look now. Okay, so the results will show if you will owe or receive a refund. Based on the information entered, the Johnsons will have a tax obligation of $1,432. If the Johnsons do not update their W-4 form, they will pay $7,440 in taxes and overpay by $6,008. Okay, that's overpayment by $6,008. That simply means that hey, it's something like this. I've heard it time and time again. The informed will always do better than the uninformed. Okay, so the uninformed will continually give the money away and let the government or IRS do what they do. The informed will take that money and begin to get themselves in a better financial situation by increasing their cash flow. Okay, and they're going to use their money for what they need to use it for. Okay, so that equates to $500.66 per month that they're overpaying in taxes. Okay, so that's $500 a month that they could be using for something else, and they're simply overpaying it in taxes. Okay, Now, the Johnson family hears about Myecon and learns about the advantages of what? A home-based business. Okay, so this is what you will learn as well. Okay, the Johnsons decide to get started in a home-based business called Myecon, My Economy, right? And they want to take advantage of what's the business? To manage and track and increase your cash flow. The Johnsons click on the adjustments to income link. The Johnsons estimate that they will have 5,000 in Schedule C business losses. Okay, we'll teach you more about that. The Johnsons enter 5,000 in certain business credits for reservists, performing artists, fee-based government officials. Okay, now note the tax withholding estimator does not show the full list of adjustments to income, which includes Schedule C loss. This is why the Johnsons entered 5,000 in certain business credits for reservists, performing artists, and such and so forth, right? So for full details, you can also review the publication on 505, right? Now, the Johnsons then click on the results tab after making the change to their adjustments. So they're happy. So now they have access to the $500 that they were overpaying. Okay, without Myecon and the home-based business, you don't have the access. You can do like the what they call Jimmy rigging, and go in and adjust it here, and then try to go back and adjust it there, and maybe take a chance on getting yourself audited. Doing it the wrong way. But now you can have access to it the right way. Okay, by starting a home-based business, the Johnsons now have a tax obligation of $832. The Johnsons picked up an extra $600 by learning how to write off your business expenses. Okay, once again, let me repeat that. The Johnsons picked up an extra $600 a month, right? There's a stat that says that an extra $400 or $500 a month would have saved over 50% of people from losing their houses. So the Johnsons have added an extra $600 a month by simply starting a home-based business. So doesn't that just simply make sense, right? Now, as Myecon associates, the Johnsons learn about the advantages of investing and decide to invest $3,500 each into their 401k. Okay, so now you're just getting everything together. You're learning the the three solutions that we work with: cash flow management, business income, and then investment income. Okay, so we haven't said a thing about in recruiting or selling or getting yourself a second job or anything like that. You earn by making access to the knowledge and turning it into wisdom. Okay, so Mr. Johnson changes his answer and contributes $3,500 to his 401k, and so does Mrs. Johnson, right? Because we're preparing ourselves for not just the current lifestyle, but the future lifestyle as well, right? So now the Johnsons click on the results tab after making the change to their adjustments to income to see what changes have happened, if any. Okay. By investing into their 401k, the Johnsons have now wiped their tax obligation to what? To zero, right? So what happens here? You're increasing your cash flow by increasing your knowledge and applying it, right? As a family of five with a household income of $100,000 has eliminated their tax obligation with what? Income shifting strategies, right? Did I say income shifting strategies? Yeah. Or did I say selling a pill, potion, lotion, wrapper, or tea? Right? Now you can go sell the pill, potion, lotion, wrapper, or tea. Right? Now you can go pursue your purpose because you've eliminated a challenge. Right? You've uncovered almost $7,200 a year. Then you can do many things with that. Right? Now, the Johnson family does not wish to overpay in taxes, right? So the Johnson family scrolls down where the estimator asks if they wish to receive a tax refund, which is to overpay in taxes. And that is no, right? So we move the slider to 0 so that they can receive instructions on how to adjust their withholding. Okay? So once the slider is slid to 0, instructions then appear. Okay. So the Johnsons read the instructions, because what we are here to not only just make ourselves better, right? But we want to have the education so that we can know and be informed of exactly what we're doing, not just paying somebody to do it. And then we can help our children's children and the family and community or whomever, because we have the information, right? The Johnsons read the instructions. Below the instructions are a downloadable pre-formed W-4 form. Awesome. It's already formed for you. Okay. They download the forms, enter their personal information, sign, and submit to their HR department. Game over, through the uprights, right? So now we are ready to do the things that we were called to do. We've made income as a challenge no more. Okay. So that's exactly how you want to do to make sure that you can adjust your W-4 form, and that way you can start your purpose, right? Whatever that purpose is, whatever that passion is, that you can get behind that, right? Because when you're doing your business, the biggest thing that causes people to fail, and SBA says that 9 times out of 10 businesses are failing, okay? So that doesn't mean that yours has to, but you can gain the understanding and that you can get your current lifestyle in a shape that you can live your best lifestyle now. And you can also prepare yourself with your future lifestyle by creating assets, right? Let us show you how to create those 3 solutions, or use those 3 solutions to create the best life for you now. And those 3 solutions are cash flow management, business income, and then investment income. Okay. And then we show you how to make sure that you can overcome those obstacles: inflation, taxes, debt, right? And big business, which is taking away your opportunities to invest properly, right? So guys, that's what I wanted to leave you with. And I appreciate you for tuning in. And anytime that you need, you just simply drop a text, 805-387 or 3639. That's 805-387-3639. And also visit us at www.incomeshifting.com and see what it is that you should be doing and why to get your personal financial success. Thank you guys for everything. Talk to you soon. Peace.